So now that I'm ready to start, you are not ready.
Well, I moved the mic stand just a tad.
See, what many of y'all probably actually don't know about us is we have to set up our stuff every single time we record. Obviously, not the posters, but lights, camera, iPad, vocals. Like, we're setting up in our own living spaces. So
Cameras.
we have to. Now, question for you well, first of all, welcome back to season 2 of the Catching Up podcast.
Welcome back. Woo!
Yeah, we made it.
I hope you missed us because we missed
We got
you.
funded for a second season by ourselves.
Yep.
So
Still losing money.
Back
but
on
it's okay.
set, man. Back on set. But anyways, so Gabe has a little bit of a different setup this go round. I don't, but he does. So if you want to explain that, and then I can get into my question.
You want me to do like my whole update?
No,
or?
just explain. Well, where you're currently recording, I guess.
Oh, long story short,
Yeah,
I moved.
there we go.
So we had to get fancy because I was in a house prior, and now I'm in an apartment. And yeah, we're just trying new things. So if the setup changes throughout the season, which I guarantee it will, that's why I'm still trying to figure it all
and
out.
my question was, is that going to be something that you're going to be able to leave everything, or are you actually going to be using that space for other things?
So,
or do you not know?
I mean, you just want me to say that I'm in my closet, but
he's like,
I'm in my closet.
Like, you're
so
kind
I
of
use
pushing
this
that
space.
direction.
Clearly, the real what you want is that. Yes, I'm in my closet. My wife was able to let me have the walk-in closet because we're just trying it out. We're gonna see. If not, we'll move somewhere else in the apartment. But no, I'm in the closet. So clearly, the other half is a bunch of clothes, cabinets, shoes, things like that. But the nice part is honestly, other than like the easy things to adjust, like my tripod has to move, my stands have to move, and my ring light has to move, but only like up against the wall. Like I don't need to like put them somewhere else. So other than that, yeah, like the cloud wall stays up. The cloud wall will stay up. The records will stay up. The beanbag can stay here.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's like half the setup is.
Yeah. Hey, man, I mean...
Yeah. If I could get to a spot where I don't have to move anything, I can just plug my laptop in, bring the iPad, like, the basics, like the technology, like, setup, and, like, all the stands, ring lights, and tripods and all that stuff were set in stone.
That'd be so nice, so relieving. Because it's like, it takes about an extra, I want to say like 20, 30 minutes to get the whole thing set up and rolling. And then, afterwards, got to clear it all out and get it ready for living. So it's definitely an interesting situation.
No, yeah, especially when I was doing the old setup was in my room, and I had to literally rearrange that whole half of my room every single time. Like, a lot. Like, it was bad. Like, if I had to go to work right after, when I came back into my room, like, I couldn't even open my door all the way because it would smack into my desk because I had to move my desk. And then, like, I had to, like, squeeze in. And then I couldn't get into my closet at all either because the desk was in front of my closet blocking that. And, it was, like, this whole thing. It was so annoying.
Well, now that we've got that out of the way and we've addressed the elephant in the room that Gabe's in his closet, we can go ahead and cue that new season 2 intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show's about to start. Introducing Catchin Podcast.
Catching Up Podcast. If you're not caught up, you're catching up.
I don't necessarily know what that means. Hey, man, listen, you're in yours. I'm right next to mine. It's not really much. I kind of wish I had a little private room I could be recorded in right now, man. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty happy with it so far. There's some things that I wish I could adjust,
Yeah, of course.
but nothing like super major. You know
How
what I
was
mean?
it? Did you end up moving all of the album panels from your old room into there?
Yeah, I'm missing a box. That's one of the things that will be changing. I planned on putting records behind me as well, but I was like, let me start on this wall because this wall is more important to cover
Yeah.
up. And I misplaced the box with. I have a whole other box with like 5 or 6 of these clear shelves, and I was gonna put them behind me, and I don't know where it is. So
See, but that's kind of cool though, because you have a 2-in-1. You have a podcast setup, but you also have an album storage in the room too. So like that's kind of neat.
yeah, exactly, bro. It's sick. Like I'm excited to actually have a place to display them now.
Yeah.
Because one, I can display more, and once I get this back wall, this is actually gonna look
Yeah.
really cool. So yeah, bro, I'm excited to see how it comes out. And also, I have a big, like those moving plastic bins that have like the lids on them, like the big ones,
Yeah, I guess like yeah.
like just the plastic bins like you get from
Yeah.
Walmart that you move. Yeah, I have a whole thing of that of records because I like was clearing out this abandoned house legally, of course, and the person that we were clearing out had a bunch of records. So like I gained like, oh, excuse me, woo, excuse me. And you guys notice how Tyler didn't say bless you, right? Because he doesn't want me to be blessed. So
Benicio,
so that's on record. Yeah, whatever. Rejected. And yeah, I literally went from having like maybe like 30 to 40 vinyls to literally gaining like an extra 100.
Dang, that's crazy, bro.
So it's like I haven't listened to all of them. I'm sure I haven't even seen all of them. So now that I have a wall that I can display them more, and then my goal is to take them out of that bin and put it in our entertainment center because our TV's hung up. So I want under the TV to be my record player with the speakers, and then underneath will be all the vinyls. So then I can start going.
Yeah, that'd be sick, bro. I really want to get a record player at some point and some vinyls because I think they like album covers are just so cool. They're so unique and give a different perspective on each album from the artist. So I think they're just like movie posters, but they're really cool. But that reminds me,
especially this one. I don't know what this is, and unfortunately I never will because some of them didn't have the actual vinyls. Like probably like it was. I think I gained like 150, 140, but like 50 or 40 of those are just like the sleeve. Yeah, like there's no vinyl in here, so they're just empty cases. But like, look at this. Like, doesn't this look just like a movie
like
cover?
for me, I got the
Like,
most important part. Yeah, that is sick. Continental jazz. Okay.
Yeah. Continental jazz. So, I'll probably have to
I
look
can
it
see
up.
why they wanted to keep that one out of all the others,
Yeah.
Um,
It was the most in
no, I
use.
was gonna say that reminds me of. Have you ever seen like that show Storage Wars, where they like bid on the storage units and they find like sometimes they don't get anything, and they spend a bunch of money, but sometimes they get like freaking these rare artifacts, like a rare Michael Jordan rookie card that's worth like 100 G's, or like they find a collection of some sort, and I'm just like, man, that's got to be what a crazy thing to bid on, because like you literally have no idea. It could be like your storage unit that just had furniture, which of course has some value in there, but I don't think there's anything like collectible in there, right? But
No. Yeah.
but
no,
I'm
not
like,
at all.
who knows what you're gonna find in there? You know what I mean? You could find a bunch of freaking styrofoam or something, or you could find a freaking car.
I saw one episode where the guy bid on a storage unit. It was like the tiny little like 2x3 ones, like it's like a closet, and there was a backpack in there with like a sacrificial dagger that was like worth a lot of money, and then a fake human skull, and then a crystal skull.
Are we sure it was fake?
Well, that's the person at the.
They're like for TV
the
purposes,
shows.
it had to be fake. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's like you never know, because he just saw a backpack, so he's like, oh, maybe the backpack is $50 and maybe I can get some stuff in there, and then
Nah.
Like, can you imagine bidding and you didn't know? Like Ted Bundy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't know who owned this thing. Because, I mean, people, obviously, I'm sure use those to sometimes hide some things they don't want in their house.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough. Um, well, if you want, you can then update on your timeline since the end of season 1, since you had some more substantial things happen than me. So
Well, I've had a couple. Tyler's pregnant, but I've had some substantial.
the first male pregnant person.
That's not even what I meant. But no, he's not. Him and his girlfriend.
Oh,
are not
you
having
meant
a
that
baby,
way.
guys.
I thought
False
you meant
alarm.
that.
Relax. Exactly. Sorry, we're off our A game right now. So, let's see. A couple updates. I moved. So I moved. I got my own place. I got engaged, and then I got married, and then now we're pregnant. No, I'm just kidding. No, but that's the first thing everyone always says, especially because we had like a very short engagement. So like, I get like it probably looks interesting to some people, and the first question I always get is either, "Are you pregnant? Is that why you married so fast?" Or "When's the baby coming?"
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
crazy. I was making this cloud wall
right.
last night, and my sister came over because she's going back to college next week. So she's spending the night checking out the new place, and she was helping me make this wall. And I sent a picture to my mom, and she goes, "Aw, is that for the baby?" I was like, "Bruh, no, relax. I haven't even been married like a month. Like, relax."
Well, hey, you always have a babysitter, you can contact with my mom. So,
True. Yeah. If you guys need a good babysitter in I'm just gonna say Florida area because I don't know. I don't
the
think she wants
tri-state
anything out
area.
there. Yeah. Hit up Ty's mom, Mama Reef.
Dang, that's crazy though. Yeah, man, congrats on that.
But yeah, that's. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff that happened. I just don't really
Yeah.
remember because those are like the focal points. But yeah, no, it was really special. It was
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool. But yeah, what about you?
Well, I got to
What are your updates?
I got to go back to Florida and visit Gabe
you
and
did.
some other friends and family while I was there, so that was really nice.
I'm not his only friend.
Yeah, I have like 1.5 others, but
just
depending on who wants to show up. Yeah, I very quickly realized that I am unfortunately no longer a Florida boy. I can't deal with that Florida heat. I now understand what everybody says because I came from Florida. I grew up there. I went to the beach all the time. Like, I was used to that Florida heat. So when I moved out here, people were like, "Oh, when you come back, like, it's going to be different. Like, you're not going to be able to." And I was like, "Nah, like, I lived here for 25 years. I'm all right. Like, I'll be okay." And it didn't really hit me until this time because I think y'all were going through, like, a heat wave or something like that. I mean, I feel like Florida's always going through a heat wave, even in December. But
yeah.
I mean, this time it was just really, really drastic of a difference because, out here, especially where I live in California near Santa Monica, like 10 minutes away. So, we get a little bit of the breeze. So it's probably 75, 80 most of the time, and there's usually some sort of wind breeze around. Out there, it's just hot and humid, and you step outside and you're automatically sweating. It's insane. And I didn't really notice that when I lived there, but after being removed from it now for 2 years, going back during the summer, it was crazy. It was like, just threw me for a whirlwind because I was like, and again, it wasn't that I was like, "Oh, I'm so hot, I can't be outside." It was just like, you felt nasty, like you felt like you went outside and you needed to take like another shower, but then you would go back outside. So like you would sweat again and the shower was kind of pointless at that point. So yeah, it was definitely an experience for that, having that realization. We also went and saw Twisters in 40X, and that was our first ever 40X experience, which I loved. I had a great time with that.
It was sick. It was
So much
sick.
fun. It's if you haven't done it, I highly recommend it. If you make sure you're going for a movie that like it's just a fun movie. You don't really need to like follow super important plot details because you're going to be moving throughout most of the movie. And obviously you want it to be an action-packed movie, which Twisters was. But it was so much fun. I think it really enhanced the experience. I mean, half the time I thought my drink was about to fall out the cup holder because you're like bumping around so much. And
Yeah, no, like I dropped like popcorn. I dropped.
yeah,
snacks,
it was more intense than I thought.
It really, yeah, it's almost like an indoor roller coaster.
Yeah, kind of like the Shrek ride at Universal for those of you that have been on that. But that was so much fun. The movie was also great, but I think that really just enhanced the whole experience of the movie as well. And I know there's even some like that one. I think they all do different things. That one had, the movement. It had some like wind that would go past your ear. It had like smoke in the front of the theater. But I didn't get like much water or the sense. Like I know some of them have like a lot of water, and some of them have like you smell different environments. Just depending on which one you go to.
Oh, you know what movie would be cool to do that? Ratatouille.
That would be cool.
Because of
No,
all
you
the
know what would be
smells, or like
even
flushed
cooler?
away.
They have a thing out here where with specific movies that they are showing for the month, they bring you the meals that are being featured in the movies, and they do Ratatouille.
Is that in Cali? I've seen TikToks about that.
Yeah,
That's sick.
I've never been because it's quite expensive. I think it's like $150. But again, you're getting like a full course meal. So like it is, but it isn't. It's definitely an experience type of thing.
Yeah, it's definitely something to do at least once.
So
but
maybe I'll check it out when, the podcast comes up a little bit, and then I can review and rate it for you guys. But
yeah, when this episode blows up.
Other than that, I can't really afford to be dropping that on a movie right now. But I think it'd be cool, especially like for, like I said, Ratatouille or The Menu or, I don't know, just a bunch of different like movies that you see food and you're like, wow.
The Menu is
like stuff
crazy.
like that, right? I also went and you saw it too. Yeah, we both saw Deadpool and Wolverine, which I personally loved. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on it, obviously and I do understand both perspectives. From my perspective, I thought it was a super fun movie. I thought they had great comedic elements. I love the cameos. I think they were very, very well placed and very well thought out and done. I think they all had a purpose there. For me, it was really, really cool to see Channing Tatum finally get to play Gambit because I've been following that story for a while. And I think it's really cool that he was able to, get on the big screen and portray that character that he's been trying to for so long, and getting to see Wesley Snipes back as Blade. Those were both shocking to me. I did not expect them at all. The Chris Evans one was really cool too, but I have actually never seen the OG Fantastic Four. So like it was cool for me, but I didn't really, it wasn't like an emotional connection at all. But it was fun. But I just thought it was such a fun movie. I've seen people that are like, oh, it ruins like Logan's ending, which like, listen, it's Deadpool. He's obviously not gonna get super sentimental. But I thought it had really great like emotional moments in there. Yeah, the storyline, did it have some plot holes? Was it kind of a little bit of that multiverse? And it honestly didn't even really feel like a Deadpool movie. It felt like a halfway point because like it was a collab. It
like
wasn't like a
Civil War.
Deadpool 3. It was like, let's throw this in for fun. And like, listen, I understand that like movies, can be super serious and dramatic and have the craziest storyline, but like movies can also be fun and exciting and, doing the right fan service and just having good comedy and also, having great action sequences. I personally love the action sequences in it too. So I don't know. I personally loved it. I gave it, I don't remember exactly what I rated it, but I think it was like an 8 out of 10. Again, like it was just really fun, really energetic, great action. I think it had great dialogue for me personally. And yeah, again, there were some things where I was like, okay, but it's a Deadpool movie. You shouldn't be going in there expecting like the greatest plot line ever. If you are, then I don't know why you're even going to watch it. You know what I mean? You should be going in there for fun, comedy, and honestly violence. You know. What were your thoughts?
I disagree with everything Tyler said. No, I'm just kidding. I 100% agree. I actually think I enjoyed it. I think I might have even enjoyed it a little more than you because I have seen all the Marvel stuff and I have seen all the Deadpool stuff, especially recently because I was like, oh, I want to freshen up. So I watched Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2. And like going from 1 to 3, good. Going from 2 to 3, bro, 2 was not great. Like I did not like 2 at all. Not at all, but if it was very much like, you know when Sony, you know how like you can tell the difference between a Marvel movie and a Sony movie? Like that's how Deadpool 2 felt like. It felt like a Sony movie.
Okay.
And I don't even know if it is or not. But like that, it was just like that type of like.
Well, I don't think it was Marvel.
I
don't
get
think it was Marvel. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was. Regardless, it felt like a Sony movie. It doesn't matter who made it. That's what it felt like. And everyone knows what that means. So it felt like a Sony movie. And then going to this one, bro, like you said, the cameos were fantastic. I honestly have seen the Fantastic Four with Chris Evans, but like when I was a kid, so I was blown away personally because I was like, oh, shoot, they got Captain America in this thing. And like, that's so cool. And then when he said, flame on, and then just like caught on fire, I was like, what? Like, it threw me off. But, bro, all the connections that they did, all the little secret, like, what are they called? Easter eggs. Like, I thought it was super creative. I thought the visuals were phenomenal. The characters were awesome. Characters I never thought I'd ever see again. Not excluding all the ones that you already mentioned, because obvious to all those. Even, like, Sabretooth from X-Men and stuff like that. And, like, the fact that they used Ant-Man's corpse.
Yeah.
As like a hideaway. Like that was crazy. At least to me. You know what I mean? And I thought Deadpool has always been, or Ryan Reynolds, I don't know who to credit, but they've always done a phenomenal job of doing full circle. Because he's always trying to like show, because he has that ability of like escaping the movie and looking at it. So like when he was saying that the Human Torch was like cussing the lady out and talking mad crap about her, and then like it wasn't until I completely forgot about that, and then they're like, by the way, just so you know, and then it showed him actually saying all that stuff. Like I was like, you didn't need to add that at all to add any value to the movie because the movie was already really good, but like that was just like the nice little cherry on top where it's like full thing, like back and forth. You can see the bat and like how it all correlates. I don't know. I thought it was amazing. The action shots were sick.
I thought the tribute at the end was really cool too. It was very, very well done. In the credits,
what was a tribute?
You remember in the credits it had like the X-Men, like just behind the scene footage of.
Oh,
that was really cool. It was very sentimental, and it really showed that like they were bidding farewell, but also giving them their flowers, and I think that was an important part of this movie too.
I agree. And yeah, bro, I agree. And people are always, like you brought up, the people saying that it ruined the ending of Logan. And I'm like, no, it's a different one. Like, that's because it's the same actor and, like, you can't get it out of your head.
Yeah.
Because it's still playing the same role, I understand, but it's not the same character. And for the fact of Hugh Jackman to do so many and then just, like, kind of, like, swear it off that he's never going to be Wolverine again, and for him to come back for that, like, no one has more of a say or more of an idea of what should happen to that character than him, and he agreed to it. So it's like, hop off almost. You know what I mean? Like, relax.
That's the thing. People just get, like, so invested into it. And I'm like, we have to remember at the end of the day, like, these are movies, and, like, not everybody's going to be pleased by it, right? But, like, if you try to go in there just with... I think some people have just gotten the idea of MCU and they automatically, because of course they've had their troubles in the past few years. So now they just kind of go into it with a almost like negative thinking. Like they're just like, oh, I know this is going to be bad. And if you go into something with that mindset, you're obviously not going to be able to enjoy it for what it is. I also loved the opening though. I thought the intro with the dance scene and him killing everybody to NSYNC was just, bro, it's like, what a way to start that movie and just have so much fun with it. and really just like, ham it in there. So, yeah.
Bro, it set the tone for the movie
Yeah,
so well.
exactly.
It set the movie so
What
well.
would you give it a rating out of 10?
I'd give it a 9, honestly.
Nice.
Like, there was not much that I thought I was like, you know what I mean? I just really wish they showed us who the lady pool is.
He's like, that's the only reason.
And I also think it'd be mainly because how funny would it be if it was Ryan Reynolds just with the ponytail?
That would have been funny. I mean, it was shown in the credits that it was Blake Lively, but yeah,
Oh, it was?
But I would have. I think
think
a
I might
face
have
would have
missed
been
it.
cool too. Apparently, you remember the like cowboy one? He was apparently
Yeah.
voiced by McConaughey.
Yeah, you can tell.
I think in the movie I like thought of it. I was like, man, I feel like I know this guy, but I was like, man, I would love to see McConaughey in the MCU, bro. I'm like, he's done all these serious roles. He's got his Oscar. Like, go and have some fun now, bro. Like,
Facts. I had a thought, but I forgot.
You were giving your rating. You were talking about wishing you saw Lady Pool. You were saying how much you love
Yeah, I
Dog
don't know.
Pool and you
No.
wish he would lick your face like he licked Ryan Reynolds' face.
Ew, bro, that thing's so.
That was real
ugly.
too. It wasn't because even
I
my girl
know.
during the movie, she's like, I feel like some of that has to be like, see, because it was just going on and on, like in his mouth and like just gross. But then I think he like posted a clip and it was like, no, that's all. It's gross, man. But I mean, that's
Yeah, it took a
that's
lot of
the
training.
dog you need for that movie, bro. Like you can't have a little cute dog,
Bro, I think personally, for us waiting so long and them creating such like a exceptionally high amount of hype around this movie, I think they truly delivered because I think they showed a lot of the movie, like a lot of the stuff. I was like, oh, I remember this from the trailer. I remember this. I remember, like a lot of that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I know this, but there was so much that I still didn't. But because you know how like a lot of the times nowadays we've been having the issues where the trailers will give so much away of the movie that it's like you basically just watch the movie. Like those were all the important scenes. Like that, I feel like they didn't really
See,
like there was plenty of like, oh wow.
The only time I would have seen that, because nowadays, like when trailers release, I try not to even watch them because of that reason, because I just feel like, I think, I don't know who's curating them, but they're just like, hey, we need to find a way to make sure this movie looks enticing enough to get people in seats in the theaters because of, after COVID, people weren't going to the movies as much. But now I feel like we're back enough to where they don't really need to do that, but they still do. So for me, the only time I really see trailers is when I'm in the theaters, obviously beforehand. So most of the time, like, I don't even really remember them. Like, I'm paying attention, but, like, it doesn't fully stick. Because, yeah, I'm just like, bro, I want to go into this movie and I want to, like, just see a movie. I don't want to be like, oh, yeah, I remember that, and I saw that, and I saw this person die in the trailer, like, it's just they give away, especially for horror films, bro. I feel like, with Marvel and other films, like, they can kind of get away with certain things. But with horror films, I'm like, bro, you showed like 90% of the kills in the trailer. Like I still, obviously, it'll be a good movie and seeing how it all plays out. But I'm like, you didn't need to do all that. You could zoom the shot in so you don't see who it is or something like that, But I get it. I mean, you got to fill seats. You got to find a way to get people in the movie. But I think Longlegs was one of the movies. I haven't seen it yet. I do want to see it. It's the horror movie. I don't know if you've heard of it, with Nick Cage and.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna see it. I've been hearing a lot.
I
of
have
mixed
too,
things
but
about
the
it.
one thing I will credit them so far without seeing it is that any trailer I saw in the theaters for it was like 10 seconds. It was very short. It was very cryptic. It was very mysterious. And they didn't really give in too much. Now, I don't know if they ever released a full trailer. Again, I didn't like look it up or anything, so I don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But at least
did.
leading up to it, they were just doing short little bursts of it. And I was like, this is cool. This is getting me, I want to know more about this now. Versus like if I see the whole thing, I'm like, okay, I want to know more, but I'm not as excited. This, I'm like, hold on. I need to know what's going on now. I need to either see this or,
Bro.
So
Did you see that? They had the best advertisement I've ever seen, other than maybe Deadpool. They had trailers. They had the 10-second stuff. They had so many little drops of the movie, and it's still like it's crazy. They released a video of not a single trailer has Nicolas Cage.
Right,
in it.
right.
So no one knows what he looks like until like I think now there's stuff out there, but no one knew what he looked like. They've only heard his voice. Crazy. Now you're like, oh, it's like what does it even look like? Like, and I really want to see it. They released a video of footage from the movie of the girl, the main character, first seeing Nicolas Cage in real life, and they put a microphone next to her heart, and you can hear her heartbeat. And she was so scared when she saw him. Her heart hit like 170 beats per minute while she was sitting down just looking at him, and it was crazy.
Like him in
her,
character or him just him?
No, in character. Like it was their first time shooting the scene together. So it was her first look at the character.
Okay.
And she's like in the hallway, she's like breathing, it's like boom 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 boom. Right? Like a normal heartbeat. And then like she opens the door and sits, and like you can just see the terror form in her, and all you hear is boom 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 boom, and she's just sitting there and she starts sweating. And granted, I know a little bit still acting too, but that's crazy.
Yeah, that's really cool. I didn't see that.
So and then you're like, he's so scary that like her heart is racing in real life. Like that's insane. So then that makes you want to watch it. And then they posted a phone number that you called it, and it was Longlegs, the character, and he answers the phone and wishes you happy birthday, sings happy birthday, and hangs up.
Ah, interesting. That's really cool. They actually did that with Scream too. This past go around, you could have it call somebody, and it would call from like a random number. And I forgot, somebody did it to me, and I was kind of tweaking because I was like, bro, what is this? Because I didn't know about it at the time. When one of my friends had done it to me, and I was like, bruh, am I about to meet Ghostface? It was scary.
That's crazy.
Did you see the one for the new Alien movie coming out? Have you seen like the posters for it? It's like the red poster,
no, I have
and
not.
It has basically like one of the alien on some guy's face, because that's what happens in the movie. It like goes on their face and like inserts something into their mouth. But in New York, they've been having real life actors go out and like just sit on the streets in the subway, and they have it on their face, and they're just sitting there with the thing on their face. And I'm like, bro, that's how you market a movie. Like, pay some actors, get some real life stuff out there. Instead of like feeling like you need to give away the whole movie, like create this anticipation, create this hype behind the movie that will actually intrigue people to be like, what is this about? So I don't know. Maybe I can take all these notes for one day when I write my horror film. I'll know how to market it.
Yeah, facts. It's gonna be a killer horror.
And Gabe's
film.
gonna be the first kill.
Yes, sir.
We'll be like, all right, we don't have enough money to hire you an acting coach, so we're gonna make you the first kill.
Hey, all good with me.
Hey,
and since Tyler went into depth about every single update of his life, I
really just went into movies, but go ahead.
More detail. Long story short, should I say how I proposed?
I mean, yeah, if you want to, bro. That's something you want to share with you.
Or should I wait for them to ask?
Wait for who to ask? The 20 fans? Hey, we appreciate all 20
I think we got all 20 of you. Now tell your friends, because we still haven't hit 100 on Instagram.
I don't think we've hit 100 on any platform. So we're trying.
Yeah, but we were telling everyone to hit Instagram.
I think Instagram's the closest. We're at 72. I believe we're at like
YouTube, we're
55,
at like 50.
I think, something like that. And then TikTok's like 44. I don't know. TikTok is just, it's hard nowadays. But I mean, yeah, if you want to. If not, it's up to you, bro.
No, I'll let them ask if they want to know.
Okay, if we get one comment asking, he'll talk about it in the next episode. Just one. Yeah, that's all we need. We just need some intrigue, some queries.
Just one person showing that they made it 35 minutes into the podcast.
Or we can turn this into a short clip and be like, please ask. He wants to talk about it
Please
so
ask us.
bad.
Please, right now, please. No, but bro, this I cannot wait for you to visit for Christmas. One, because
Me too.
the weather's gonna be a lot nicer. So, excuse me, the weather's gonna be a lot nicer, so I don't have to hear you complain about how hot it is. And then also, bro, my new apartment complex, it's so nice.
I know. I got a sneak peek. I helped him move some things over, and it is very, very bougie. It's it looks like he can't afford it, but somehow he can. So
I can't. I got 2 jobs now. So start paying our bills, guys. Come on, share these videos,
real.
like, comment,
y'all wanna
subscribe.
buy all this stuff
everything.
on TikTok Shop and help have these people making $30K a month. Y'all can help us out too. Come on now.
Come on, we don't even need you to spend money. We just need
we
you
just
to
need the
like,
support,
comment, share,
man.
and
That's all
subscribe
we want.
in the first 5 seconds of every video.
Specifically. But yeah, I am too, man.
Yeah, did you see that trend on TikTok a while ago?
What? Where you have to like something in the first 5 seconds?
Dude, you didn't see that? It was all over mine. It was, I guess, people started doing the math on how many views you have to get paid, like a good amount on TikTok. So what people started doing is they would do that and post videos, and they would help each other out. So they would help the algorithm, and it was helping people get out of debt, like pay all their bills off because of these videos. And apparently all you got to do is within the first 5 seconds of a video, you got to like, comment, and share, or at least do something within the first 5 seconds. And like, I guess that's when it counts for more views. If you wait 10 seconds, it doesn't.
It's
really
so
count
crazy,
anymore.
bro. It's such a weird, and like also it has to be it's so weird. It has to be a For You page view. It can't be from one of your followers, which I think makes absolutely no sense unless they've changed it since I've last checked. But from what I understand, your video on TikTok has to get viewed on the For You page. If it's from your followers, it doesn't count towards the view count of what you get paid for. And I feel like that just defeats the whole purpose of building an account. Because why would you not be getting paid from your fans? Why are you getting paid from random views? Like, it's just so once you build a big enough fan base, like, I don't understand how some of these people are even getting like paid to a degree. I mean, I guess, the more your video gets popular and goes viral, it'll, obviously still be on the For You page, but it's just such a weird thing, bro. I don't understand it. I think it's odd. It kind of like makes you not want to build a following at that point. I don't know. Or maybe if your followers sees it on the For You page accounts, I don't know the specifics, but I just know that it's something weird like that. And I'm like, how does that make it? I feel like if anything, it should be your followers that get you paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. If anything, it should be the followers.
So I don't know. It's very weird how they decided to map that out. But I guess at the same time, they're paying millions and millions of people, so they got to find some loopholes.
But bro, like, if you think about it, unless the algorithm itself is what is like changing like at like real time and like maneuvering your video, they can totally just be like in that way, right? Your videos will only show up on the followed page, therefore your followers can see you, and then you don't get any views from that, right? But if your video blows up and let's say you have 3 million followers and only 1 million of them viewed the video, but you only got 3 million views, right? You only get paid for 2 mil.
Yeah.
Wouldn't TikTok save money if it was the other way around? It only counts if they follow you and see it? Because if they only have 3 million, then they can max get paid for 3 million followers worth of views.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that would be a more encouraging to make people want to build a fan base.
Exactly. And then TikTok will also pay less because your video could blow up to 100 million views. Yeah. But if you only have 2 million followers, then you're only going to get paid for the 2 million.
But
then
again, you're also like making people want to create like good content and want to keep creating content, because it's like if I'm building this fan base and it's allowing me to generate this income and replace my job, I don't know. It's very weird. Again, I haven't looked at it
I think
in a few months, so I don't know what the exact criteria is nowadays. But I think it's the same, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think TikTok should do that because then it would also force everyone to try to make an interactive fan
Yeah.
base. Like more so, as opposed to just like I'm just trying to get
Maybe they don't
views.
care, bro.
They don't.
Maybe
don't
you
care
should be
about
the new
us.
TikTok CEO.
Because you know what? That's what we're trying to do. Why do you think we're like Deadpool and talk to the camera sometimes instead of each other?
Break the fourth wall.
Yeah, bro. I'm looking at you on your phone right now.
Yeah, but
You're watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. First 5 seconds. Start it over. It's okay.
we don't have any
then do
interesting
it.
cameos
Yet.
yet.
They will help us get there.
I mean, hopefully
We could always bring Chase back. I'm just kidding.
have a cameo.
Yep.
That'd be cool. Well, I don't even know if he would
I think it would be cool.
I wonder if
think
he
it would be
still
cool
has
if we
all
had
of
an
his
episode with him.
stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe.
I wonder if he watches our stuff. Let me know.
If you
Text
see
us
this,
if you
let
see
us
this.
know. Yeah, I mean, obviously at some point we'd like to have guests and stuff, but I think it's something that we're trying to at least build a little bit of establish ourselves, establish a fan base, establish ourselves in this very saturated market of podcast, not just podcasts, but everything in general is saturated in the market of TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. So eventually there are a lot of logistics we have to work out, obviously, because we're not in a studio. So we'd have to also figure out, getting people to create their own setup. Obviously, it wouldn't have to be as extravagant as ours, but it's definitely a little bit different than like inviting somebody over and being like, "Hey, we have everything set up for you. Just come on the podcast."
Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes into it, but hopefully one day. I mean, that's definitely a goal that we're reaching for.
All we need to do is get a bunch of followers. Then we get followers that like us, right? And then we get them to do a Patreon. And then that way, over time, we'll be able to have our own space.
Are you moving out here or am I moving out there?
We'll go meet in Texas.
We'll fly out to Texas every week, record a podcast.
Every Wednesday.
That'd be crazy. That would be crazy.
That would be
That'd
crazy.
be cool, though. I like to explore Texas. Seems like they got some cool spots.
I want to move to Colorado for a little bit.
He's like, for a few months, and then I'll dip. Now, Colorado is really pretty, man. I'd like to take a vacation there during the winter. Those ski resorts look like freaking something out of a Harry Potter movie, bro. It's insane. When I was driving past there.
Yeah, if I get this job I'm waiting for, we'll go. I got you.
Dang, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the new CEO of Apple, guys.
Hey, there's an Apple building right next to my work, so you can just come out to Cali.
Yeah, facts. I'm gonna be moving.
And
right
they're
now.
expanding.
I'm packing my bags already. Are they really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually like it's a really, really nice building, and they just tore down a bunch of buildings behind it. And I don't know. I don't exactly know what it is. I don't know if it's just one of their like corporate offices or whatever. Because obviously they have that like Avengers looking one somewhere. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. And yeah, it's literally like right at the intersection of my work over here in Culver City, California. Woo woo.
Woo woo!
Oh, bro, you ain't got. All right, I'm no longer
Sorry.
wearing headphones, so now I'm just gonna be like pretending like I'm hearing Gabe in this episode. Like what?
That'd be crazy if we did like a charades episode.
What, you want to talk about me again? Okay, cool, fine.
We should make a short about that.
About what?
Like us doing that. Like that's like a little like series.
Trying
that
to
we do
read
on,
each
like, our
other's
social
lips?
media platform.
Man, that was the mic's in front
Not
of
for
us.
an episode. Well, that's what I'm saying. It'd have to be a different framing.
I wanted to
But
figure
we-
out
we
if there
should
was
do
a
that
way
one
we
day.
could do. You know how they have the little, like the ranking filters on TikTok. So, for example, they have like
Yeah.
the ranking like a Drake album or ranking like the MCU movies, and it has like the 1 through 10, and then it'll pop up different ones. I was like, I want to try and figure out a way to do that, which I think we could, because in theory, you would just turn like we'd have the camera face it because it'd have to be on the TikTok filter. And I think all we'd have to do is overlap because you can record a video and then save it. You don't have to automatically post it. So technically, we could record through our mics and then we would just have to overlap the audio, kind of like you already do with these videos. So that's something we could potentially experiment with too.
Yeah, because I can just sync them up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It'd be easy. It would actually be really easy
Dang.
if we did that.
Maybe you'll get to see some. I always wanted to try those, man. I'm like, I feel like I could.
Well, my dream is to get either or will suffice. I get a better paying job where I can work like less days and less hours and still make the same amount of money or more. Like 3 days or so, as opposed to working 5 days a week and 3 of those are doubles. Or like we just start making money off this podcast because I would love to actually be able to take like 20 hours a week and devote it to just podcast and like try to make it better and like come up with cooler ideas and stuff like that. But y'all aren't liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. So,
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, I think there's so many. We obviously come on the podcast and we delve into, some personal things, some current topic things, movies, film, music, things that just come into our head, random questions, whatever. But there is like a lot of things that I would love to, eventually start delving into as well, on the personal side of us. I mean, Gabe has been I think you've been a Christian all of your life, as far as I'm concerned. And more recently, I've been delving into my faith as well, because for a long time I had kind of struggled with that. And, I feel like everybody at some point goes through like especially like in your 20s, your younger 20s, you kind of like venture out, and that's when you get into like the Joe Rogan podcast and just a bunch of different like conspiracies and all these different things, and you kind of start to question realities and stuff like that. And I remember chatting with Gabe at the end of this past year, and it was something that I really wanted to start taking seriously because I didn't. I also just didn't ever really put the time or the thought or dedication into it. I kind of just let it go by for me. And, so more recently I've been going to church and starting to really delve into the Bible and start trying to take my faith more seriously and try to, really just get more into it. And so that's something that I would like to, bring to the podcast as well. I think it's something that we can definitely tap into and discuss and kind of, bring our different perspectives to it. You know what I mean? And kind of chat about it amongst ourselves and see where we're both at in different parts of our lives. Because I feel like, in different parts of your life, different parts of your faith are applying to your lifestyle, or different verses, or you had something happen that kind of correlates with it. And I think it's something that I would like to start, like I said, discussing and delving into on the podcast as well. So there's a lot of untapped things that we really haven't gotten into yet, and again, it is something that is newer for me. But it's been great, and I really, really have been enjoying just learning and reading and getting to know the gospel more. So, I think it's something that could be not only helpful for us to like chat about amongst ourselves, but also to, just get allow our fan bases to see and other people to see and kind of come on this journey along with me, but also with you, because it is a never-ending journey. It's something that you are on for the rest of your life. It's the path you're choosing to walk, and I think people sometimes get under the impression that it's like, oh, once you do, like, you're perfect and this and that. And no, there's still, like, you're still a regular human who makes mistakes and has to learn and go through your own trials and tribulations as well. So I think that'd be a really cool topic for us to tap into as well, you know?
No, I agree. I've actually always wanted to do something like that where we have like segments of us talking about our faith or like what we think of things and how it applies and just I really big on like struggles, like especially the ones that like people don't like to talk
Yeah.
about, and like being open with like things we do struggle and things we don't struggle with, and I know there are things that I struggle with that you don't and vice versa.
Exactly.
So it's like I would love to also bring that type of like get deep like that, like
Well, and that's
I
what's,
love
you know,
getting
the thing
deep.
is that's what's helped me so much a lot of the time. Obviously, it is very important to get in the Word and to get into prayer and, you know, really build your relationship with Jesus through that. But also, like, just seeing other people getting on camera and talking about, like, I'm not perfect either. Like, I go through these things, I go through these struggles, and that allows you to relate. That allows you to, like, see the humanization in it, you know?
No, I agree. I think seeing other people's testimonies and things like that is really what am I trying to say? I think that's what hits home. Like that's how like sometimes you're having like a little missing piece and you just needed to see something in someone else for you to realize it within yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And, you know, and that could potentially be our way to, you know, again, spread our experiences, but also, you know, our chance to be able to lead and hopefully touch other people to maybe want to make their consideration and be like, this is something that I haven't thought about either. Maybe I should delve into this and at least try, at least look into it. You know what I mean? And I think that it's something that is not talked about enough. And, you know, of course, there's always ways of approaching it. And so, you know, I think that's something that me and you could definitely bring to the table for sure.
Yeah, so let us know if you want to see that type of content, if you have any questions or anything like that, because this is just the first episode of this whole next season. So it's still early. We got some plans, but plans are always made to be adjusted and changed. So let us know in the comments. You can also DM us if you want to be a little more
Nah,
private.
don't
of what you'd
DM
like
us.
to
No,
hear
I'm
any
kidding.
questions. Yeah, right. DM Tyler specifically, not me. No, but we do appreciate you guys. You think this is a good place to
Yeah, how long we been going on this episode?
50?
Okay, dang, that's pretty good. It's usually where we end off.
Yeah. Yeah. So once again, in case you forgot, because I don't know if we even officially introduced ourselves, but my name's Gabriel.
I'm Tyler, and
Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share, tell your mom, your friends, your daddy, your dog sitter, like everyone and their mothers about this podcast. And we'll see you next week. And don't forget to follow us on our socials. I'll post them right here and here because I forgot if any of them are different.
I think they are by a little bit, but you get the
Yeah.
general idea.
Next
I
episode
feel like
will
if
be
you type
we'll
in
have-
"Catching Up Podcast," you'll probably find it'll probably pop up in the relevant search.
But remember, it's no G, so it's CATCHIN. There's no G. Catchin, because we hip like that.
And remember, Gabe, what's your slogan?
If you ain't caught up, you're catching up. So make sure you start from the beginning. Season 1, episode 1, baby. And then we'll see you in like 12 episodes. No, 15 episodes, I think. Because I think that's how many was last season. Regardless, welcome if you're caught up. And if you're not, start catching
You'll
up.
see us in more than 10 episodes.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We'll see you in the
Peace.
next one. Peace.